Okay, this is voice unification, take 2. The other one was longer than 10 minutes. I'm going to try to make this one a little bit shorter, okay? This is about voice unification. The first thing that's important in unifying your voice is getting comfortable with all of your voices. We have our chest voice. Oh, we're all comfortable with that. We've all been using that our whole life, okay? Well, almost all of us, okay? Then we have our head voice. This is the one that people aren't very comfortable with, that you just really need to practice and spend a lot of time doing it, okay? The range up here, okay? We really need to just talk like that sometimes. Go all the way up in your voice. Something I would advocate, especially in voice unification, is just be extremely expressive with your voice. If you kind of talk like this, it really makes it... I just tightened my throat. Don't do that. It really makes it so you're able to be to really work on those different ranges a lot better. Okay, so you're not just talking in your lower voice, and you can kind of get that practice in your upper voices up there. Okay. What's really important is no voice manipulation, meaning a lot of people when they sing low, I think my lesson 4 I talked about manipulation. Don't manipulate your voice. Very, very, very important, okay? We have our voice, and usually your voice is going to sound best if you use your own voice. We can maybe take some ideas of singing styles, but not of voices. We're not trying to have a different voice than our own, okay? So, very, very important, okay? Work your transitions, okay? Once we have a fairly coherent understanding of our chest voice, our head voice, and for guys, we also have our falsetto. Okay, once we have all of those voices pretty well, okay, we could start working on them and making the transitions. The secret to the transition is don't get to the top of your chest voice and then try to transition. No, try to gradually transition into each voice. Same thing with your falsetto for the boys. Go from your head voice to your falsetto. Transition. Don't get to the top and then try to do it. Gradually transition into each of your voices, okay? The things that I suggest to work on this are sirens, obviously, okay? Going from low very slowly. If you see, I went chest, head, falsetto, back down, okay? And there's no big cracks anywhere, okay? That's very, very difficult, okay? It's a little bit easier for girls because they're not trying to transfer also into their falsetto, okay? But getting that transfer just into from the chest voice to the head voice is very important. But the head voice to the falsetto for guys, there's usually this big crack. We want to get rid of it, and then what it's going to take is just practice and experimentation, okay? That was such a frustrating thing for me because no matter how many times people told me, do it this way, I didn't really understand until I just practiced it, worked on it, and frustrated myself to death until I was like, oh, I think I got it. That was it, you know? And one day you just have a eureka moment and you get it. So that is super important. Practice. This concept requires so much practice. I think don't think that by going through lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that you're actually going to be a million times better by going through all of them. You need to practice these topics, okay? So there you go. And no reason even to go into this one until you're a little bit more comfortable in all of your voices, okay? So very good, okay? So I'm going to be singing a song, okay? In that song, I'm going to try to be, it kind of covers the whole gambit of ranges, and that's why I picked it. Though it is a little bit low for me in some spots, and I thought I'd give you 2 hints real fast about how to sing those low spots appropriately. I wanted to work on another exercise real fast that I did, okay? The other thing that I worked on when I was really working on how to make the transition wells was just doing the 5-note scale. Then I'd go 1, 5, 7, 1. And then go chromatically from that. We want to sound like ourselves. Don't try to sound like someone else, okay? Very, very importantly. Okay, my song. There's some low parts in there, okay? And I'm going to give you 2 hints for singing low a lot of the time. Now, usually you shouldn't sing low. Usually you should pick things that are in your range. But there are times that you're going to have to sing things a bit low, okay? And here's the two hints. One is sometimes you're just going to want to speak a little bit closer into the mic, okay? Because then, you don't have to push. You do not want to push low, okay? Very important. You'll really hurt your voice that way. The other way is to articulate, okay? If you articulate, it can kind of cover some of it up, okay? So, let me get into my song, and then maybe make a few comments when I'm done, okay? This is Kiss of the Spider Woman from Kiss of the Spider Woman by Candor and Ebb. It's kind of a neat song. Sooner or later you're certain to meet in the bedroom, the parlor, or even the street. There's no place on earth you'd be able to miss her kiss. Sooner or later, in sunlight or gloom, when the red candles flicker, she'll walk in the room, and the curtains will shake, and the fire will hiss. Here comes her kiss, and the moon grows dimmer at the tide's low ebb, and her black beads shimmer, and you're aching to move, but you're caught in the web of the Spider Woman with her velvet cape. You can scream, but you cannot escape. Sooner or later, your love will arrive, and it touches your heart. You're alert and alive, and there's only one pin that can puncture such bliss: her kiss. Sooner or later, you'll bathe in success, and your minions salute. They say nothing but yes, but the power is empty. It fades like the mist once you've been kissed. And the moon grows dimmer at the tide's low ebb, and your breath comes faster, and you're aching to move, but you're caught in the web of the Spider Woman in her velvet cape. You can run, you can scream, you can hide, but you cannot escape. Now, you're not generally going to want to go into the falsetto there at the end like that. Well, you might, okay? But I just did it just to show you kind of the whole gambit of ranges, okay? So, go through it. Try to criticize me, okay? Go through me singing the song. And when you're singing, remember, our transitions don't come automatic, okay? They're gradual, okay? Get comfortable with all of your voices, okay? Practice your exercises. Sirens, do them slowly, though. I'm just going fast because I'm afraid it's not going to make time. And then me, Okay, there's tons of exercises you can do. Those were just two that I worked on a lot when I was working on it, okay? So there you go. Hopefully I made it under 10 minutes.